So, round 4 of the Guinness Six Nations. Pretty decent, I have to say. Kicking it off with Italy-Scotland. I mean, what a win for Italy this is. I think it's definitely propelled them from 10th to 9th in the world. So they've actually pipped Australia. First time ever. Massive congrats to Italy. Definitely deserved it as well. And is it classic Scotland? Who knows? I'll leave that for you guys to decide. Next up, England, Ireland. What a game this was. As an England fan, so good to see them actually playing some rugby. I thought Faye Boso was absolutely outstanding. And to be honest, I go as far as saying England deserved it as well. Wales, France on Sunday. While France definitely deserved to win that, Wales kind of just stopped playing around 50 minutes, which is when France brought their subs on, which, just outpowered them, to be quite honest. But what a result for France. You already know what the video is about from the thumbnail and the title, but if you do like fantasy content, please subscribe to the channel. The Women's Six Nations does start the week after Super Saturday. So, if you do want to see that content, comment down below, leave a like. I'll probably, if there's demand, be posting for that as well, because who can't get enough of fantasy content? So I had a pretty good round, to be quite honest. Round 4, definitely I made up for lack of points, in round 2, which is pretty much my worst round. So I scored 443 points, and I'm pretty happy with how it went overall. Some picks didn't do too well, but I did get the massive picks that you need to get to go up in the rankings, so I was pretty happy with that. So first up in the front row, obviously Winnie Antonio, Sheehan and Fischetti. I would say decent scoring for a front row, but I have got quite a lot better points in the front row in previous rounds. So Antonio, really not good. Made 3 tackles and obviously a few metres carried, but never makes any real gain line. I was hoping for a try or 2, potentially. Jeffrey Colom obviously came on and scored. Hoping Antonio could do the same, but just didn't happen. And obviously Sheehan lost against England, so a little bit sore there, but we know what he can do. Did also make 12 tackles, but on this occasion Sheehan wasn't the most ideal pick, a hooker. And also Fischetti, even though Italy won, only 8 points. Not too pleased with that. Has scored quite well other times. If you pick the Scottish props, they both scored, so kudos to you. They were probably the picks in the front row of this round. Then in the second row, we have Tadhg Beirne, who was coming into the game, to the round, the top average point scorer with 41 points or something silly like that. Scored 15, not terrible, but not a good score if you ask me. But Jav Jenkins, on the other hand, absolutely smashed it. Got a line-out steal as well, which was a massive 7 points, but 26 tackles. I don't think he missed a tackle either, which absolutely crazy. He played at 6 as well, usually a second row. Is that his position from now on? Well, looking at those stats, he absolutely smashed it. So fair play to him. If you picked him, huge pick as well. I was actually really happy with my back row, mainly because of Ben Earl, 72 points. If anyone captained him, let me know down in the comments because I'm definitely jealous. He is just England's man at the moment. Like I said in the preview, he just attacks. So obviously we know attacking points don't get too many, but he scored a try. But his defence is also just amazing. 12 tackles as well. But breakdown steal, 2, man of the match, try, just insane. Tommy Reffell also came off pretty early, but still managed to score 31 points. Had 2 breakdown steals in one game. Absolute menace. I think he's definitely a pick to have him for next week if he can stay fit. I think he looked like he had an injury at the end of the game. Andy Christie, I was hoping for a little bit more. Made over 100 metres to be fair, but as we know from the point system, doesn't really get you many points. So 10 tackles from a 6. Not too happy with it. Obviously Scotland lost, but they didn't play too badly. Jack Dempsey would have been pretty good here. I think he scored 36 points, so just the wrong Scottish back row. At half-backs, again, I was quite happy. Thomas Williams scored a try and 70 metres carried. That's pretty decent. But on the flip side, Le Garrec was probably the better choice. I think he scored 33 points. Got man of the match as well, somehow. Really not sure how. Maybe it was because of that pass he did. And yeah, whoever picked man of the match thought that was pretty decent. But Finn Russell, again, not too happy and not too bad either. 56 points as captain isn't that bad. Got a 50-22, which was pretty decent. And a few conversions, as we saw. But overall, I was hoping for a little bit more. Maybe an assist or two as well. But I will have to take it back. I did slander Italy's defence a little bit. And even though they conceded 29 points, I think I need to give them more credit. Finn Russell couldn't unlock them, so not many people can. In the centres, again, quite happy. Bundee Aki, he just seems to do this week in, week out. 31 points, beat 4 defenders, won a breakdown steal and 12 tackles. So he gets involved pretty much in all areas of the game, like Benno. So he's really decent for fantasy points. And Gaël Fickou, again, similar. So he's had pretty decent rounds overall. 20, 30 and now 40 points. Obviously scored a try and also got an assist. So this skyrocketed his points up, obviously. But looking into next week, they've got England at home, and I think they're just going to want to build on this. So I think Fickou and Aki are going to be pretty decent picks as well. And then finally, in the back three, not too good, to be honest. Blair Kinghorn, 28 points. I can't complain with that, to be fair. Got an assist and 148 or 6 metres carried. Van der Merwe, again, he was pretty decent in the game, but just was quiet in terms of points. Almost scored, made several line breaks, but again, those points don't count anymore. And Monty Ioane, again, he was pretty decent in the game, but didn't do too much in terms of attacking returns. Penaud was superb. He actually showed up in the Six Nations, scored almost 50 points, so he was a decent pick. James Lowe as well, 2 tries, but I think only scored 29 points. So if you put it into perspective, Duhan van der Merwe didn't do much, 21 points, whereas Lowe scored 2 tries and only got 29. So just need to be careful with back 3 players. Just make sure they get involved a lot, and then we can earn some good points. And of course, finally, is Ronan Kelleher. So I think yesterday he was on 9 points for me, which I was adamant he made a breakdown steal. And obviously today, he's on 24 points, so they must have added it. Not an ideal return, especially last week. He scored, I think it was like 68 points. This week, 24. I mean, not ideal, but look, can't complain. Marcus Smith seemed to be one of the best with 33 points. So not too far off that. So overall, really happy, to be honest, with round 4. It's what I needed. It has shot me up a little bit in terms of rankings, but in my mini leagues, I'm still in dire straits, to be honest. Looking at the JG Rugby leagues, I was about 50th, and now I'm kind of up into the 40s. 41st, 48th, and still 51st in the third one. So I got some work to do for the final round, but Super Saturday always seems to deliver. Super excited. I'm also going to the Wales-Italy game, so here's hoping for a Wales or Italy win. It's going to be buzzing anyway. Thanks all for watching. Let me know how you did down in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.